Hello, welcome to our another session on soft skills for BCA third semester. That is problem solving. Problem solving is another very important soft skill. Before this, we have discussed on confidence building and teamwork. So, problem solving is another important soft skill that is an essential skill for students and professionals to analyze and resolve challenges effectively. So, this is a skill to solve your problem. That's all. This is called problem solving skill. So, this skill defines your personality. So, what is the definition of problem solving? Problem solving is the process of identifying the problem and analyzing it and finding effective solutions through critical and creative thinking. So, these are the very important aspects of problem solving. You must have some critical and creative thinking capacity so that you can find an effective solution for your problem after analyzing it, and before that you have to identify it. This is what problem solving is. And let us see the importance of problem solving. This is the skill one should have, very important skill each and every person must have, right? So this is how we are supposed to understand that problem solving matters where. So it enhances your decision making skill. If you have a capacity to solve a problem, then you can rest assured that you have a decision making skill. So it enhances your decision making skill. That is why problem solving is important, and it builds your confidence and independence. When you have some confidence and you are independent enough to solve some problem, that is again very important kind of aspect of problem solving. And it promotes your creativity and innovation. When you are creative, when you are very much innovative, you have problem solving skill. So that is why to solve a problem you must have some creativity and innovative thinking power, and it improves your adaptability and critical thinking. When you will be given a task or when you face some problem, okay, you will get time, you will get adjusted, you will get yourself adapted to the changed situation when you find a solution for your problem, and it enhances your critical thinking capacity also. So in all the sectors, in all the aspects of life, all of us will face difficulties, that is called problems. So we have to have some steps to solve problem. See, in solving the problem, many of us won't follow almost these steps. But if you solve your problem by following these steps, you will get a proper solution for your problem. So, first, what you are supposed to do, you have to identify your problem. What exactly the problem is. So, all of us won't identify the problem correctly, but almost misinterpretation or some hitches in your assertion, in your imaginating what exactly the problem is. So identify the problem correctly. If you identify the problem correctly, your half of the problem is solved. So after identifying the problem, analyze it. What is, for example, a particular organization faces some loss, say, faces some loss. So why the loss has happened to that institution or that organization? You must identify the root of the problem, and you have to analyze what caused our organization a loss, a fault. So that is how you have to analyze the various aspects of the faced problem. So next, after analyzing the problem, you have to generate different solution, various angle solution. So solutions will be there for problem, that if there is a problem there will be solution, but you have to generate some one or minimum two solutions for your problem. That is how you have to generate a proper solution, and after that you have to put those solutions in front of your team, then evaluate your options of that solution. Yes, next, after identifying, after evaluating, after proper, you have to implement that solution properly. Then you will get the result, and you have to review your result so that your personality, your decision making power, your problem solving power will be get to know that whether you have done correct or not. That is why we have to review our results. That is again a very important step in your problem solving. Yes, now what are the techniques to solve a problem? Yes, in classroom or in any organization or in school, colleges, banks, or even in corporate offices, there will be problems and they follow these techniques. What are those? One is brainstorming, means giving the problems to each and every member of the team, taking the ideas of those members is called as brainstorming. You have to make them think creatively, make them think variously, so that they can suggest different solutions. That is how we have to brainstorm. Another technique, the almost all the people, or we may say organizations, follow to solve the problem is mind mapping. So we have to map the minds of various experts to solve the problem. And the third and a very common technique to solve the problem is SWOT analysis. So dear friends, what is SWOT? SWOT. What is SWOT? So you have to analyze your strength. S for strength, W for weakness, and O for opportunities, and T for threats. So when you face a problem, you have to find why that problem is called, and what is the strength or what is the weakness that made that problem rise. And after that, finding the solution, what is the opportunity for that implementation. So to implement, there will be threats. So that is how you have to analyze the threats, right? So almost this is called SWOT analysis. And again think another technique is root cause analysis. We have to dig deeper into the root of that problem, why that problem has been caused. Okay, we have to analyze what is the root cause for that problem. Next is trial and error. Almost all scientific experiments will follow this trial and error. There will be problems even in scientific experiments. Yes, even our APJ Abdul Kalam ji also faced so much problems, and that man followed almost trial and error method, and he was very famous for his SWOT analysis. So these are the some techniques to solve the problem, and it is very important in problem solving skills. So even though we have very much capacity to solve the problems, there will be barriers. Everywhere there will be barriers. So what are those barriers to solve the problem or in solving the problem? Yes, there will be mental blocks. Some people say some different things. Okay, that is how they give various variety kinds of even negative or positive or neutral responses. That is how they had some mentally blocked content. That is how these are one of the barrier for a problem solving. And emotional stress, a person's emotional quotient will also decide the way they solve the problem. That is how emotional stress is another kind of a problem to solve our issues. Next, lack of information. When the problem aroused, what is the root cause? If you get abundance of information, then there will be no problem to solve the problem. But if there is lack of information, see, almost all kinds of investigative teams face this barrier. They lack the information to solve, to crack that problem. Next is poor communication. So when the members of the team know some extra information, but they won't communicate with a proper kind of a message to be given to the particular leader or some members of the team, whatever. So this poor communication is also a barrier for the problem solving. And resistance to change. All of us do this. We don't want changes. We just want to adjust to whatever happened to us. So this is how all of us have to change our mindset. So we have to make ourselves to make the changes. Okay, change is the only constant. That is how we have to accept that truth, and we have to show the power to change, and that is how you have to change your mindset. So resistance to change is also a barrier for our problem solving. So there will be real life applications in kind of a problem solving. So there are academic challenges like time management is really a big problem. Yes, everywhere the employer and employee struggle, make a tug of war just to just because of this problem. Most of the people follow time, some people won't follow time, and the people who follow time also challenge the leader that some people won't follow the time, then they also start not following the time. And these are some problems in academicians or academic areas or organizations. And interpersonal conflicts, there will be, whenever the person is there, personality will be there, and that personality is not the same with each and everyone. So that is how one person is different from another person, where arouses that interpersonal conflicts. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳ ನಡುವಿನ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಎ ಬಿಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ in favor of some group, the other group will be very much angry. And if you want to favor all, you will not make any decision. Sudhamurti, the great writer, says us, if you want to satisfy each and everyone in the group, you will never solve any problem. That is how there must be some hitches. So that is again another kind of application of our problem solving in real life. And career and life planning, each of us, each human being face this difficulty. When we want to plan our life, we face a lot of problems, especially economic or social status, right? Like especially in this business or in employment, wherever you are going to settle, you face problem. And even when you want to build your career, when you want to settle your career, there will be problems. So these are some real life situations where we have to decide what is problem solving, and we have to follow the steps to solve our problem. So let us conclude our problem solving that it is a vital life skill. It's a very much important soft skill. Each and every one of us, especially students and the youth, who are going to settle their life, who are going to build their career, they should understand this one, that empowers individuals to overcome obstacles, make informed decisions, and adapt to new challenges effectively. So this is what problem solving is all about. You have to read more. I know, and I am sure that each of us face many problems. Say one example at last, that one girl like you students will be very reading very nicely, but at the home side your parents will force you to marry, and that is a great problem each and every girl will face at your age. So what you will do, that is very important. And to solve that problem, you need some extraordinary kind of empathetical as well as sympathetical as well as creative innovative ideas to solve your problem. So this is all about our problem solving. These are the references I have referred to get the above information, and thank you very much for your patient listening. So we are going to stop our problem solving situations. Yes, thank you.